Hi, I'm Felipe.
And I'm Lillian.
And this is the Postmodern family.
Thank you so much for watching our videos. We make 3 new videos a week, so please do hit that subscribe button if you're interested in Americans living in the UK, living the traditional family life. This video is all about our bowling experience in the UK. So first of all, we used to go bowling quite often in America, and when we talk about bowling, we're talking about 10-pin bowling. Here in the UK, if you say bowling, people assume bowling green bowling. Like,
I don't even know what that is, though.
I think it's where you throw those balls near other ones and see if you can knock them out and see if you can get close to the white one, I think. Is that right?
I don't know.
It's called something else
I'm sure
in America.
they'll tell us.
I forgot. Basically, what we think of bowling is 10-pin bowling.
Which they call Skittles here. It's more close to Skittles,
yes,
isn't it?
Skittles. That's right. What a weird name.
Well, it's weird to us because that's a candy.
Yeah, it's a sweet. In America, Skittles taste the rainbow. Clearly, the heritage is Skittles was first.
Yes.
Yes.
And then England was first in everything.
Yes. Second of all, we would go on bowling for like date nights, and when you go on dates, you know, once a month, once every other week, you kind of run out of ideas for dates, right? So it's either like, usually it's just going out, eating at a restaurant. Sometimes you go watch a movie, but we did one on paint night, which was really fun. I think we should do that again.
Here in the UK.
Here in the UK. But there was paint night in America too.
But we never did it.
We never did it because he wouldn't bring me. I've told you about it since forever. No. Anyway, and bowling would be something that we would do, which was fun. So here in the UK, we thought it was kind of like difficult to find, or we thought, I don't know, it just wasn't popular.
Well, for me personally, I didn't think it existed here.
Oh, I see.
So I never bothered looking for it.
But I think we got really homesick at one point, and we were just thinking of all the things that we miss in America, and I think I looked it up. There is bowling here, and there's things as we understand it in America. Yes, and they call one big chain is called Hollywood Bowl, which is not the one we went to. What was the one that we went to?
Don't remember.
10-pin? It's called 10-pin. Yeah, 10-pin bowling.
I was surprised at how similar it was to the American bowling alleys. You walk in and the first thing that hits you is a high bar where you get your shoes for bowling.
That's true. It looked like exactly the same.
And then you see the cubby holes for the shoes. Yes. And so you hit with that and the smell of shoes and all of that. So I was surprised that, wow, and the carpet is the same. Dark, kind of like beer stainy carpet. Yeah. And then behind that bar are all the alleys strewn out. And then, like, immediately to the right, you'll find your cafeteria area where you would get food. So the layout was almost exactly the same as an American bowling.
And the smell, exactly the same. Brought us right home.
It did. But then there were really interesting differences. Bowling in the US, it's kind of frowned upon if you bowl with the bumpers on. The bumpers are those guides that run along the alley.
Like rails.
They're like rails so that your bowling ball doesn't skid off into the, what do they call it?
The gutter?
The gutter. Yeah, into the gutter. So you're not, if it does that, you're not going to hit
you don't get any pin.
You're not going to hit any pin usually. So the default setting for all the alleys was with the bumpers on.
Here in the UK.
Yeah, here in the UK. So I thought that was really quirky. Yes. And that the whole tradition and mindset and that being shameful wasn't here. Yeah. Because bowling seems to be a novelty.
Yeah, I guess.
So you don't have a built-up expectation and tradition about bowling.
Right. And then that's probably why the layout and everything was exactly the same, because they were just copying what they saw from America.
I think it's like, this is a taste of America.
Yes. Yeah.
For a night.
Yeah. So the default position for those bumpers in America is that it would be down. So you wouldn't have them up.
You would have to request for the bumpers to go up.
And it was shameful to request. It's almost like if you had a child,
4-year-old, a 5-year-old.
Then you would ask for the bumpers to be up. So we didn't realize they were up.
So we started playing, and you know, I don't usually hit the gutter until the very end if I hit the gutter. So I didn't notice, I think, until like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. They had to send somebody over and physically move them down, which I think in America it's electronic. I think they like push a button.
Yeah, it's actuated.
Yeah, and it goes zzz. But here some lady had to come and like
unlock and then
put them down. The food was a bit quirky in that you had to order your food when you were buying your like ticket. We bought our ticket online, actually. That was a novelty. In America, we don't do that. Or maybe they do now, but when we were there, they didn't do it. You just kind of show up, you pay the fee. So here, almost like with everything, whenever you buy something online, it's always a bit cheaper. So we bought the tickets online, and I ordered our food online. And then what happened was, when we checked in at the counter, then they put the order through, and they said that they would bring the food to our lane.
But we had to go get our own drinks. We had to fetch our own drinks that we had pre-ordered. So then we'd have to take this receipt that says that we had already paid and we already ordered this, and then take to the bartender, and they would have to bring us our drink. So it was a little bit funny because, like, if you're going to the bar anyway to pick up your drink, then you might as well just pick up your food. And if they're gonna bring your food over to your lane anyway, might as well just bring the drink along with it. Like, why does it have to be 2 ways? I don't know. Very strange.
It took forever. Like we kept asking, like, is our food coming? Is our food coming? And finally, I think we finished playing a full game. And then our food came. So then we decided we'll just go take it to the eating area and sit down at a table and actually eat it, take a break, and then play our second game after. It's so dark. What is happening?
There's a light right here. There's ketchup right here. Watch out, there's ketchup.
We sit here. So dark. What did you think of the food?
It was all right. It wasn't that good.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you go to a pub or a bowling alley and you expect tasty, greasy food that you're going to regret later, but at least when you consume it, it's so good. This was blah.
For example, the bun was like really dry. Like I guess
it's like they just took it out of the freezer or something.
Yeah, they just toasted it a little bit. Whereas usually in America, when you want a burger, the burger is like got butter on it. It's like they put it on the pan with some butter, so it's a bit greasier, a bit tastier, and kind of crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Whereas this one was a bit more like just eating a piece of bread. But the thing that I always want whenever we go bowling is I want onion rings. And I remember in America, the best onion rings would be at the bowling alley. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
It's like, if you want good onion rings, you go bowling and you order onion rings. So I ordered onion rings, and they were decent. But they weren't amazing.
Isn't it you that mentioned to me that you've run into people that think that onion rings are far unhealthier than chips?
Yes.
Like if you order onion rings, they think, "Wow, you're not on a diet for sure. You're just going crazy." But if you order chips, no one bats an eye.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing I do remember now, as I'm thinking about it, is the style that people used to bowl. So in the United States, in the U.S., it's pretty. I've seen in my experience about maybe 2/3 of the time it's straightforward bowling like that. And then 1/3 is the whole carry like this and then flip. The spinning, I didn't see anyone spinning when we went bowling,
actually,
except me.
I didn't know very many people who actually held the ball, the bowling ball, and spun it. They would do the grip, but still spin it.
Yeah. The spinning isn't the distinguishing characteristic. It's the cradling.
I think I would say only 10 to 15% of American bowlers, even American bowlers, would bowl like that.
I say I've seen it 1/3 of the time. We're by no means experts or professional bowlers or even amateur bowlers, but
I'm happy if I beat 100, if I break 100.
Yeah, but I usually start the night straightforward bowling, and then I transition into the cradling. I like the cradling; it's more exciting.
It is, because it's like going one direction and then it will curve all the way at the
Yeah, all of a sudden it catches, the spinning catches on the, it stops spinning and catches the floor.
Yeah.
And then turns.
Yeah, it is more exciting. In America, there's a culture of bowling clubs and competitions. I don't know if that exists here, but
like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of community, competitions and clubs.
It's kind of like community choirs, I think, here. It's the analog.
Community choirs are so huge here. There's so many of them. Like one little village will have like 3 or 4 huge community choirs. But anyway, the bowling clubs in America, you always had like 1 or 2 lanes were taken up by
the clubs.
These people who are like they're practicing every day.
And they're they're like, oh, we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
and they're like look at you and
really
like
good.
You're horrible. You can't even, knock down 2 pins or something.
Yeah. I don't know if that culture is here at all. We only went once or twice.
I haven't been in a situation here yet where it's very competitive, but I'm sure it's that way on the football pitch.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We would go back, I think.
Yeah. Thanks for watching our fun and kooky episode on bowling in the UK. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe, and if you really enjoyed it, go on to patreon.com/thepostmodernfamily and become a patron. Thanks.
Bye.